Look, we can't watch paint dry for 5 hours a week. In Reno, the cameras are rolling pretty much 24/7 on the block. There's always something happening. This year we took steps. Obviously, they were locked out of the site every night. They weren't allowed to do all-nighters on the tools or on paint duty, marathons, whatever it might be. So that was to give them a bit of distance, obviously, from the site. They weren't allowed to live there because they weren't renovations; they were brand new builds. But it also gave them a moment to sort of come together and reflect a little bit and take a breath and perhaps be a little bit more organized the next morning going in, having had that distance from the site. Casting one of these shows, I can't imagine how impossible it is. We've got a team this year that auditioned, 7 times. They're finally on the show this year, and I think they probably thought they had it all figured out. And we're fans of the show. We've watched it for this many years. We've auditioned. We really want this, and then they got there and saw new builds and went, well, there's our plans out the window. We're back to square one with everybody else as well. How stress affects people. You can cast and do as many psych tests as you like, but under that kind of duress that the block is, it's impossible to gauge how someone's going to react to that. And I think that's what we saw last year. Just the reactions to stress, overload, complete displacement. And, that's reality television. That's why people love reality television, because it's a reflection of ourselves each and every day.